Hey there, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell.
Let it go. Let it go.
Good morning, crypto friends. How are we doing out there? I totally blew the intro. But how are we doing out there, folks? Thanks for stopping by today. Let's have a look at what's happening in the crypto world. You do see I do have the volume profile up on this time period. I do want to show you how Bitcoin has been behaving itself right here in this range. You can see by these indicators here that this is a very heavily traded range. So we're heading up into that, as I indicated in the title card, that we are back up to this major resistance level, trying to get above these long-term moving averages once again. So just wanted to point that out to you. Now let's get back to normal. We have your support level for BTC.D sitting down there to 46,880.31. And resistance, as we did talk about just now, 47,638.91. Moving on to Ethereum, ETH.D. As the chart pukes up, there we go. Come on up there. So we were looking at support at the 3385.20 and resistance up there at the 3438.30. Cardano. We had, you can see previously, we're still in this very, very tight range for Cardano as folks try to figure out and interpret the success of the latest release that was back here on September 12th with smart contracts. So that's starting to roll out. So we still have good vibes about it. And so we're looking at that support at the 2.356 and resistance 2.442. Heading on to the Doge. Doge up 0.5% for today. Like most others, it's starting to really tighten up in this range. And not much price movement. So we were within support at 0.2385, resistance 0.2436. On to PolkaDot. DOGE.D. It's down 3.10% after a nice little run up here. PolkaDot still holding up very strong, so quite a bit divergence between PolkaDot and some of the other names, which is a good sign for the dot. So we're looking at support for you. Where's there? There we go. Right there. I'll zoom in. Thank you. 35.83 and resistance very close by at the 37.21. So nice, good, solid consolidation up here as we look for continuation. And I would point out the RSI is starting to chill as it did get overbought. So we're starting to come back down into more better range. There you go. Moving on to BNB.USD. You can tell I could use some more coffee this morning starting out here. So we were looking at support right there. Let's check it, double check here. We're sitting right on there. There we are. 413.90. And resistance now. Look at that resistance line up there. And yeah, slightly above there at the 425.80. We'll get this stop loss out of the way for now. Currently not in an active trade with BNB aside from my normal long-term holding. RSI is starting to come into the overbought area, so keep an eye on that as we move on to SOL.USD. You've heard a lot about it, Solana. And Solana is down 0.72% for today. And we are looking here at the 154.143 support and resistance 167.09 for SOL.USD. Would like to see it come down and test this 50-day moving average. Be a nice little play off of that. You can see we did it here, bounced, did it here, bounced. So we have a very good success rate of touching that, retesting that moving average for some bounce plays there for you. Let's move on to LTC USD. That's the lightest of all coins. Hopefully you didn't get caught up in that fake news that got released that Walmart was going to be accepting Litecoin. Really, one of the reasons I started this channel was to keep these kind of things, keep people out of these scams, and because it's still the wild, wild west out here in crypto land. So you have to be very careful. So we're looking at support 179.06 and 186.72. Moving on to the classiest of all Ethereum, Ethereum Classic. ETC USD, it's up 1.33%. And big fan of Ethereum Classic. So we're looking at 56.504 support. And we did get all the way up to this pivot high right here at the 59.054 resistance. On to MATIC, MATIC USD. It's up 2.59% for today as we start to climb into these moving averages. So you can use that volume weighted profile tool as I showed you with Bitcoin to see that there's a lot of trading activity going in here, and we do have these moving averages up above as resistance as well. So enough said, I'm talking too much. Let's go faster. 1.325 is your support level. Resistance gonna be just underneath those moving averages at the 1.367. On to ICP USD. And we have support for you right there at the 57.189 and resistance at the 59.225. On to AVAX, AVAX USD, up 1.74%. So nice little run up off that bounce as we got all the way down there. You can see to that 200-day moving average and really liked it. So we come back up. So now we're just consolidating up here at support. So 50.313. Look for that to hold up on that 50-day moving average. I think what do I use, 50-day or 65? 50, yes. Okay. Sorry about that. And resistance gonna be right there at the 53.456. Moving on to Stellar XLM USD, up 0.62% for today. And we have support at the 0.3292 and resistance at the 0.3383. Let's move on to the V of chains, VET USD. It is up 2.68%. And it's climbing its way up, back up through these moving averages, just like the others. So we're looking at resistance at the 0.1207 and support 0.1153. Moving on to FIL USD, up 6.49%. And we have support at the 84.129, excuse me, and resistance back up here just underneath that 87.03 pivot high. Watch this RSI though. We are starting to get in the overbought, so we may need to do some more consolidation for that to cool down. As we move on to CRO USD, CRO USD, Crypto.com's token. And old CRO is making its way back up. So we're looking at 0.1883 as resistance, support at the 0.1812. Moving on to SHIB, SHIB USDT. Shiba Inu, that cute little dog. So not doing much, but going sideways. So we'll tighten that up. So we got 50662 support, 50678 resistance. On to AMP, AMP, USD. AMP up 1.72%. And we have support for you. Look at all that tightening range right in there at the 0.050. And resistance at the 0.0512. This kind of activity right here looks very, very algorithmic. So you have these high frequency trades on here because you look over here at the volume, 142 million traded for AMP, but the price action is just going sideways, slightly up, but sideways. Moving on to IOTA, as I indicated in the title card, one of the winners for today, crypto lottery. Let's get everything sorted out here. So we have some support for you all the way up. Let's make sure we're not missing one of them. Yeah, there it is. At the 1.607 and resistance level at the 1.6773. Moving on to basic, I need your attention coin. BAT/USD is up 0.56%. Resistance at the 0.7956. Support at the 0.778. Let's move on to NMR/USD. NMR, it is up 2.94%. If I could spit my words out of here, there we go. And then we're looking at resistance at the 45.529, and support is going to be, let's zoom in a little bit more. There we go. We can tighten this thing up here. And we got you right there at the 44.3345. Moving on over to STORJ/USD. Just wiggling around here. Back to support at the 1.3790 and resistance coming at us at the 1.425. Wrapping up the small caps with NUUSD taking off here. So we're up 8.75%. And congratulations if you got in there on this particular one. So we now have support at the 0.3335 and resistance. And we're trying to bust our way through all this activity over here to our left. You can see all this price action and that pivot high. So looking at 0.3446, RSI is overbought. So watch for a slight little pullback here, and we may need to retest some of these moving averages for continuation. Let's move on to the decentralized finance coins. Uniswap down 1.80%. So looking at resistance at the 25.9628 and support at the, there we are, 24.936. RSI was overbought, starting to cool off as we continue to consolidate up here in this range. So looking at Chainlink, LINK/USD, it's up 1.10%. And let's see where we got there. Yeah, we got that resistance right here off this high over here on, that was September the 5th high. So we're looking at that resistance at 31.50. Nice round psychological number. And looking at for support to hold up at the 29.836. We did get the cross of the 12-day over these long-term moving averages, the 50 and the 100, as well as the 26 days crossing over now. So we're starting to see some more upside potential for Chainlink. Just keep an eye on that RSI and volume. Volume looks like we're going to trade above average today. And RSI slightly overbought, so we may need to do a little bit more consolidation to continue to the upside. So let's head on over to Aave, AAVE USD. It's up 0.53%, now up 0.55%. So looking at resistance 390.825, support. I'll grab that rascal. There we go. We got you. We're sitting right on this support level here at the current price, which is at 386.20. So look for support to hold down there at 373.256 should we need to come down and retest that area. We are getting the crosses now from the 12-day and the 26. But RSI way overbought here on this big volume spike for Aave. Moving on to the graph token, GRT USD. And we are looking at resistance now at the 0.887 support. Lots of it you can see down in that range, but we also have support previous price action at the 0.8731 on those lows. Heading on over to comp, COMP USD, it's down 5% after a good little run up here. RSI did get in the overbought zone, so we're starting to chill now as we come down and retest supports. And let's see if we can find one for you. There we go. Work a little slow, so 410.35 should we need to come down past these moving averages, they start to cross. And let's move on to MKR USD, going red to green this morning. So it's up 0.23%. And we have support at the 2885.313 and resistance 2949.879. On to MANA, MANA USDC. We're looking at support to hold up there at the 0.8316 and resistance. Get that stop out of the way. There we are. Very tight range. 0.8530. Lots of moving averages above us here on MANA. We'll wrap her up here with some of these NFTs in our watch list. Starting out here with Theta. Theta up 5.79% for today, finding support at the 6.774 and resistance coming down there at the 6.990. Moving on to CHZ USD. It's up 0.62% for today as we go red to green on a lot of these names. So we're looking at support at the 0.3316, resistance very tightly at the 0.3423. On to audio. Audio is down 1.55%, and we are looking at support to hold 2.121, and resistance is at the 2.196. On to ENJB USD. It's up 1.78%. And we are looking at support right there at the 1.697, resistance close by at the 1.723. Wrapping her up here with Harmony One, that's ONE USD. It's down 1% after its run up to the all-time high there. So we are looking at resistance at the 0.1755, support at the 1.1. Come on up there. 0.1680. And let's have a look at the crypto market caps dominance. We're looking at BTC.D here in TradingView. That is Bitcoin dominance. It is up 0.5%, so we're up to 41.55 as folks rolled back into Bitcoin during that pullback. Let's have a look at Ethereum dominance, ETH.D. It's down 1.29%, so we're back at that 18.61 level. And Cardano, it's down 0.5% as well, so we're back to the 3.56, starting to level out here. And the DOGE.D, it is down 0.20%, so we're down 1.5% of the market cap is in Doge. So looking at the total crypto market cap, we are at $2.154 trillion. So getting back to those previous levels for that big run up there. Well, folks, that does it for me, and I appreciate you stopping by. And you know the drill. I'm going to hit you with a hypnotizing stinger here at the end. Be sure to like, subscribe, ring the bell. If you're out there on YouTube, have a great day. I'll see you tonight at the Crypto Happy Hour. Hey there. Be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell.
Let it go. Let it go.
I like that, y'all. I like that.